Welcome gentlemen, ladies and everything in and outside the box to Lethal Company, an innocent fun little game where you collect scrap and all other manner of items for your company. Oh, that? Yeah, this game can be brutal. Oh god, wait. Nah! You're not alone. Weird creatures appear, and they will kill you. Time and time again. It's time for revenge. So in this video, we'll be killing every single monster in Lethal Company. But first, the ground rules. As some of you may know, unfortunately, some creatures in this game are unkillable. So we need some rules to make this achievable. First, we're only killing those that can be killed. Obviously. Secondly, if we can kill them with a shovel, we will. There's two other weapons, but you can't immediately get them at the start of the game, so for ease of use, we're using the shovel. Lastly, I'm using some mods, but only those that let me spawn and find enemies. That's why I have a mini-map. Let's go. Midway through making this video, version 50 came out, and a lot of the clips were gone before, so the shovel was lighter, but don't worry, I've tested everything again, and it still all works. First, the innocent Snare Flea. The Snare Flea is most common in Assurance. A bug-like creature that latches to ceilings to jump on employees, wrap themselves around their head, forcing them to drop all their items and suffocate them to death. However, you should note in a solo run they will run away after getting the employee to critical health. Their suffocation attempt can be ended with any damage towards it. Keep in mind any employee it's suffocating has their voice muffled. The easiest way to kill it is letting it attach to your head and then crouching and slowly moving your cursor around until you find your shovel on the ground. This is easy with a stop sign or a yield sign because you can scan to immediately find them. Swinging will then hit the flea and force it off. You can then hunt it down and hit it again. Because of its small size, it's easier to hit when crouching. There you go. An alternative method is to go under the flea and quickly retreat to make it fall and miss you, in which you can then just hit it twice with a shovel without letting it get to you. Remember, if it's on your head and you have no way of getting off, leaving the facility in any way will immediately kill it. Nice. Next, the bunker spider. It's most common on experimentation and covers the area it spawns in webs. If any employee touches or breaks these webs, the spider immediately starts tracking them down to kill them. Employees killed by the spider get wrapped in webs and hung from the ceiling. If a bunker spider is caught unprepared, it will freeze, only moving again when the employee either leaves, attacks, or any similar way to turn hostile. Also keep in mind you are much faster than the spider and can easily jump over it and outmaneuver it in many ways. The bunker spider takes 5 hits with the shovel to kill. The best strat is to make sure you have a long hallway behind you and hitting a nearby cobweb to get its aggro. From there you need to aim for its face, and after getting a hit give yourself enough room to then safely hit it again. It will probably take a lot of practice. Keep in mind the spider can kill a perfectly healthy employee in only 2 hits, which it does quite fast. The Hoarding Bug, most common in Assurance. Hoarding bugs are social creatures, and when there's multiple they tend to gather, called a bug mafia. They also gather at one point called their nest, due to their territorial nature. They're also nicknamed loot bugs because of the fact that they gather scrap and loot for their nest. Hoarding bugs are some of the most passive creatures, only attacking when attacked or when their territory is threatened. The Hoarding Bug needs 2 hits from the shovel to kill. Killing is simple by simply just hitting it and then backing up when it's aggro to ready the second attack. You can also strafe the aggro bug with a circle or half circle motion. Around the world, around the world, around the world, around. It has quite a long time to kill, but if you don't have a shovel, it can still be deadly. The Bracken, the most famous creature in the entire game. Most common on Val. The Bracken is a predator, stalking the employees through the facility, slowly getting closer and closer until it finally... It's best to keep in mind to constantly be looking behind you. If you've played TF2, it's kind of like spy checking, just without the flamethrower and the spy being so powerful. If you see the Bracken, look at it for a couple of seconds, then look away. It should retreat. If you look at it too long, well, let's just say it's Lethal Company's end of it. After the Bracken has killed an employee, it will drag its body to a predetermined location, a lot like the loot bugs. If it gets hurt in any way, it will become aggressive permanently, normally resulting in the death of the entire crew. There's only one Bracken able to spawn per moon, The Bracken also won't retreat if it's on the edge of your screen, only the front of it. So this monster is faster, stronger and smarter than anything else in the facility. So how do we kill it? With a partner there are a few ways, like using a zap gun, both of you teaming up on it, but careful not to get too close, and sacrificing yourself on a mine. But how to do it solo? Well, the Bracken, like all other creatures in Lethal Company, has one glaring weakness: turn speed. If you get to an open space like the main entrance or the loot rooms with a beam in the middle, you can circle the Bracken while hitting it with a shovel. It takes 3 hits to kill. You can't mess up your positioning at all because you will die. Yes, get dunked on! The Thumper is most common on offense. The Thumper is completely deaf and only operates on sight. It roams the facility until it sees an employee, in which case it will temporarily stop moving to scream, and then chase you at some of the highest speeds you can get in this game. They are some of the worst offenders of bad turn speed, so turning a corner will send them crashing into the wall. Remember, jumping over them will give you more control of their velocity in the situation. Firstly, the Thumper takes 4 hits to kill. Killing it is rather easy once you know how. You recognise the first being the same strat as the Bracken and circling it. The other requires a bit of experience doing it, but it's still easy and doesn't require an open space. With the other option, what you do is first jump over the Thumper to better control its velocity, then hit the Thumper, tap S, then stop moving, and hitting it again, and then repeating this as you can see in the video. The Nutcracker is one of the more unique enemies, having a literal gun. It cannot see unless the eye is visible, and even then it can only see movement. If the eye is looking your way, don't move, not even your mouse, it can see that too. Careful to not let it walk into you because it will just kick you and kill you. Even though it drops the shotgun it wields, remember the safety is off and will randomly go off, so remember to turn that safety on. When the eye is not visible, the Nutcracker is essentially invincible. It's also most common on rend. The Nutcracker takes 5 hits when the eye is up. If left on 1 HP, it will shoot much faster. Try kill it after it's reloaded because then the shotgun will be fully loaded. The main strategy to kill it is to hide behind an object or wall, preferably something you can loop around, then hitting the Nutcracker to getting its aggro and putting it to full health. Then letting it see you and hiding so it shoots where you were, then you peek again so it goes to shoot you again and then you hide again. Then you go up while it's reloading and hit it twice to get it to 2 health. Repeat this and it should avoid the 1 HP frenzy. Ah yes, the Skinwalker, but I mean masked, most common on rend. While roaming, they will walk in weird patterns and spin around a lot. When chasing, they will go randomly from walking to sprinting, so it's best to have a lot of distance. These creatures can also spawn when a player puts on a comedy or tragedy mask. With a comedy mask it might take a while, but tragedy will kill you immediately. They'll also possess you if you die while it's in your hotbar. However, beware, if there are no employees in the building, they will leave and pursue you outside, and if it doesn't find anyone, it will hide on the ship. It takes 4 hits to kill. When it kills an employee, the employee also becomes unmasked. When they see you, they'll stop moving temporarily and stare. You can also save your crew if you hit the mask while it's in the killing animation. The best way to kill it is by moving backwards as it has the same speed as you and just keep hitting it. But be careful, if it sprints, you need to start sprinting backwards immediately or it will catch up and kill you. The Eyeless Dogs, most common on Titan. These blind creatures roam around on the outside, only reacting to sounds. They can hear almost any noise you can, with the main exception being the ship doors. When it hears a noise, it will growl and investigate the area it heard the noise. If the noise is still being made, it will lunge at the direction of the noise, killing anything there. Best way to escape a rampaging dog is by making a noise and circling around the lunge, crouching and getting away. Also, don't build a defense in your ship, it won't do a thing. The delivery machine can also lure them away. They take a whopping 12 hits to kill. There are 3 main strategies. 1, you get the dog close to the ship, close the ship doors and then make a noise making the dog stand right outside the ship doors. And then, because of its large hitbox, if you swing at the door, it should hit the dog. Repeat until it's dead. Dog 2, make it sprint into a wall and get it stuck and repeatedly lunge into the wall, letting you just hit it from behind. Dog Dog. Dog. Or 3, embrace your inner bullfighter and straight. Alright, take 2. Take it back now, y'all. 3 hops this time. Come on. Again. Dog. Again. Dog. 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 Can you just... Thank you. And again, take it back now, y'all. 3 hops this time. Try again. Again, over here. Oh, missed. Alright, again. I need to do like 8 more times for this crazy. So we have so much more. And again. And once more. Turn around. I said turn around. This is really difficult. Alright, come on. I'm terrible at counting. Get over it. Ha! Baboon Hawks are most common on March and is an outside creature. Their aggression is quite complex and depends on how many Baboon Hawks are together and how many players are together. If there are an equal amount of players to Hawks, the Baboon Hawks will just shout and circle but still could attack if you stare them down. If there's more players, the Hawks will flee, and if there's more Hawks, they will attack. They have similar behaviour to loot bugs by stealing items and taking it to their nest, and also being very territorial. They can get angry at forest keepers but can't hurt them, and the keepers don't really care about them, so nothing really comes from it. They take 4 hits to kill. Eyeless Dogs and Baboon Hawks can fight. Eyeless Dog normally wins, but an overwhelming amount of Baboon Hawks can take them down. Best method is to run back and circle it while hitting it. If you hit them, they will charge. Forest keepers are forest giants, most common on Vow. They rely completely on sight. When they see an employee, an audio cue will play and the keeper will chase them, and can be lost by breaking line of sight for about 3 seconds. If it chases you and gets to you, it will pick you up and eat you. If you time a stun grenade well, it can force the giant to drop you if it catches up. It can't chase you on, in, or under the ship. The forest keeper has the most HP in the game at 30. There are 2 ways to kill it. One, camping the ship where it can't get to you, which can take a while but is safe. The other is sending the Easter Bunny's express fire grenade straight to its skull. One of the new creatures added in version 50, most common on Dine. The Butler is a neutral creature that runs around the halls, slowing down to sweep the floor when employees are nearby. Be warned though, if it is attacked or if an employee is left alone, it will put away its broom and take out a knife and sprint at you, stabbing you to death. This can be stopped if another employee gets close enough, as long as the Butler wasn't attacked. When it dies, it explodes, doing knockback to nearby employees and spawning masked hornets. These hornets are like circuit beads that can be found outside, but slower. The Butler has 2 HP in single player and 5 HP in multiplayer. If you have another employee with you, it's best to just leave the Butlers alone. You could loot around the fire exit and then kill them there, so the hornets hopefully don't go to the areas you haven't looted. For single player, you could probably kill it before it moves. Otherwise, the same old strat, abuse that turn speed. Tulip Snakes are another new version 50 entity, most common on Adamants. They are daytime creatures that lunge at employees and attach to their heads and try flap their wings. Each attached tulip snake will slightly increase your weight. If 2 or more tulip snakes are attached to an employee and flap their wings, the employee will start to fly, normally resulting in death by fall damage. You can control the tulip snakes flying like a jetpack to help get around. Unlike the Snare Flea, any attached tulip snakes will stay attached whether you get teleported or go into the facility. Tulip snakes only have 1 HP. You can easily dodge their lunges, but the easiest way to deal with them is just letting them attach to you, then swinging your shovel, which will kill all attached. You can also attack them on the ground, but they're quite small and fast, so best to just let them fly to their death. The Old Bird, most common on Embryon. The final version 50 creature. The Old Bird is a huge metal robot of war, equipped with flamethrowers, rockets, and the ability to fly. They're found inactive on moons and slowly become active as the day progresses. But these are weapons of war. A simple shovel, dagger, or even a shotgun can't even dent it. So how on earth can we kill it? Well, I guess you'll have to see. And here we are, standing over the corpses of hundreds of creatures, looking at the setting sun as we get more and more scrap for a company that doesn't care for us. Is this right? Some of these creatures aren't even hostile till we do something to turn them hostile. What's this all for? Just to be able to say, I killed this, or survive? Survive. In a world where death is inevitable, we kill so we can live, just for the company to expel us into space when we can't hit an unreachable goal. Who is right here? The company forever getting scrap to fix their mistakes, the employees travelling to moons to raid it and take all they can, or the creatures, twisted freaks of nature, hell-bent on protection or destruction? I don't think we have an answer. I don't think we ever will. Oh sweet, a jetpack! Oh my god, I did it. Holy. I really enjoyed making this video, so please consider subscribifying. Thanks to Dread Dreamer for the kick-ass thumbnail, and Bread, who I stole almost all this information from. His channel will be in the description or on screen, depending on whether I can make this work. Also, there's a single frame in this video with Ghost Girl in it. Try find it. Anyway, Temper Score, out!